Thank you for being here, Brady. Nice to
Thank you
meet
for
you.
having me. Nice to meet you too. Pleasure.
You voiced the Greg, the main character of Diario Wimpy Kid. Were you familiar with the series? How did you approach the character?
Yes, I was very familiar with Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Even when I was younger, and even today, I was such a big fan of the franchise and Diary of a Wimpy Kid. And I remember the specific memory that I had was so in elementary school we have like days of the week is a different subject. So we had one day was library for the week, one day was art class, one day it was gym class. And I remember on library day, we would all my friends and I would just like run into the library and try and get the new Diary of a Wimpy Kid book that they would release or the old ones that we haven't read yet. And that's a good memory that I have. And I would say the way that I approached it was just trying to read the books over and over again and watch the live actions again and try and take inspiration from a little bit of both and implement it into my own sort of style of Diary of a Wimpy Kid and Greg Heffley.
There were any particular influences in your version of Greg in terms of tones, expression? What's behind your performance?
Well, I did listen to the original Greg Heffley in the live action. I tried to hear his voice and try and match it as close as possible to his, just because I know as a fan I wouldn't want a big voice change in Greg. So I tried to trying to match it as much as possible so everyone gets that nostalgia sound of Greg Heffley. So everyone can kind of like throw themselves back to when they were younger and all the movies and the books were out. And I feel like that's a great way that I kind of did it. And I kind of changed into my own style as well a little bit.
Did you listen to any classic voice actor to inspiration, something else? I don't know, maybe a Mark Hamill, type of performance on the character.
No, I kind of just threw myself in Greg's shoes and I kind of acted it out how I think Greg would and how I would a little bit. No, I didn't really take much more inspiration besides the original live actions and the books.
Did you enjoy playing this character? And what was the hardest part of playing this character?
My favorite part about playing this character was probably that I could wear sweatpants and a sweatshirt to work and be able to voice such amazing character in such a big franchise. I feel like that's incredible. And probably the most challenging part for this was COVID. Probably working through COVID was probably the most difficult part. We did get shut down for a little bit, but the guidelines were set up. It was very safe and protected. And yeah, we worked through it, and we made an amazing film, and I'm super proud and excited for everyone to see it.
How much your personal experiences in middle school helped you playing Greg?
Well, I feel like everyone kind of goes through the same thing in middle school, where you're trying to find your friends, where you fit in, and stuff like that. And I kind of related to him due to a game that me and my friends used to play at recess called the Cheese Touch, of course. So it's essentially tag, but we kind of changed it into like the Cheese Touch, and we took that inspiration from Diary of a Kid.
The first book which the movie is based upon came out in 2007. Do you think that the 10 years, more than 10 years between the book and this movie, the message is still relevant, the personal growth of this character is still relevant nowadays, which is a very different, kind of kids in middle school than 10 years ago?
Yes. Excuse me. I do feel like the message is still sort of the same, and I feel like people will still interpret it the same way and understand it because it's all about friendship. And no matter what group you're from, no matter where you come from, everyone makes friends. Everyone has friends. Everyone will make friends, And I feel like friendship is just such a huge role in the movie and the books, even today. And I feel like friendship has been a thing that has been started since the beginning of time. I feel like everyone kind of found people that they were drawn to and people that they'd like to be around. And Greg found that with Rally, and I'm sure all the middle school kids and everyone who feels like they don't fit in now will eventually find someone that they're friends with and will fit in.
It was challenging to adapt the voice to the particular animation style of the movie, or it was a smooth process?
It was a pretty smooth process. Everyone that I was reading with, all the producers and everything, kind of told me what they wanted. They really laid the scene out very clear for me, so I can give it the best run to the best of my abilities to make it sound as realistic as possible with the animation and with the sort of trying to get that realistic voice. So I would almost pretend like I'm live acting, and I pretended like there was a camera in front of me, and that's kind of how I acted all the scenes out to get that real tone, that real voice, even with the cartoony animation.
Okay, the last one is a little bit, simple. This is the first movie. It's a reboot. There are dozens of books. So, will you come back if there's a sequel for this one, or you think you grew too old for the character?
No, I really hope so. That would be something that I'd really look forward to, and I feel like that's an awesome goal of mine. And I hope we make more movies. That would be awesome. I feel like everyone's really gonna like this. So I don't know why they wouldn't want more.
Okay. You said that you're a fan of the books. Which one is your favorite, and which character do you want, playing with in the future sequels, if there will be future sequels?
If there are future sequels, I'd like to continue to play Greg. I feel like I can kind of relate to Greg a lot more than any other character, and probably my favorite book was probably the first one, just the original book. It kind of got that nostalgia, so it's kind of my favorite, and I feel like it's a classic.
Okay, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.